Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the largest crypto channel in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on the channel, I show you how to make money in cryptocurrency. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you love trading videos, make sure to smash that like for us while you're at it. All right, guys, today we're going to be looking at my 10K to 100K challenge that I took on through Bybit over the last few weeks. And we're going to find out how I did. Spoiler alert, we were able to do it, and pretty easily, if I do say so myself. And guys, today we're going to be showing you how I did it, the tools that I used, and why it's important to understand. A lot of people are going to tell you can't win in trading. A bunch of negative Nancy's out there and sour Cindy's. You can do it if you have a plan and you stick to it and you got the right tools. So let's go ahead and check it out. BitSwap is the hottest new way to trade tokens. Crawling all the top decentralized exchanges, BitSwap gets you the very best price and value for your trades. BitSwap is changing the game. Try it now at bitswapdex.io. All right, guys, so I want to talk about how I turned $10,000 into $100,000. I want to show you a lot about the trades that I did, and I really want to help you understand the mindset and the tools that I used in order to do that. It took about 16 days. So first and foremost, if you do want to, take a stab at something like this, you can join Bybit. You guys can get access to it on bitboycrypto.com/deals, along with the Market Cipher Indicator. When you go to the Market Cipher Indicator, there are some really good tutorials that will really show you exactly what you need to be doing with Market Cipher, how to use it to the best of your advantage. And also, not only that, but you get a 10% off discount code with BitSquad March Special. Okay, so when you get to the tutorials page, there's a lot of videos you can watch, but you definitely need to head on over here and check out the Market Cipher guide. Basically, it's going to show you what all the symbols mean. We did a video actually last week where we talked about what all these different symbols mean. I'm going to go over some of these symbols with you guys, the ones that I use specifically, but all of the indicators and the legend for what they all mean, you guys can find right there on the Market Cipher website. And of course, if you do sign up for Bybit, you can head on over to the Bybit Rewards Hub by going to the top, going to Promotions, and then Rewards Hub. And then you can get access to get all kinds of bonuses. All you got to do here is follow them on their social media, and you get $5. It's very easy to claim a lot of these deposits. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I have a $5 credit available. Check that out. Didn't even know. So what am I going to do with that $5? I don't know. Maybe I'll turn it into 5 million. So, okay, guys. So obviously when you sign up, you're going to go here to Bybit itself, and then you're going to create an account. If you do need a VPN, because for whatever reason you can't, you get an IP error, you guys can come down here to Unlimited VPN and get going. So I want to show you guys what I did. So, okay, so when you go to your Bybit account, if you guys click on my assets, you'll be able to see how much you have in your account. As you can see right now, we have $109,000. What did we start with? We started with $10,000. So if you go here and you look at assets history, if you go back here to assets history, you can see my first deposit here just to prove it. At the time, it was 0.217. That was when I deposited, and that was right at $10,000. Would that be right? 0.21? Yeah, because that would be Bitcoin at $50,000. So you go to your assets history page, you can see everything you've ever done between your realized profit loss in your deposits. You guys can see back on February 23rd, I deposited 0.21 BTC. And then you go over here to my assets, you guys see today it is worth 1.92. And so what I really try to do in this challenge is I try to make it where I put myself in the shoes of someone who's trading with a smaller amount, doesn't even have a whole Bitcoin to trade. Not that that's to diminish anyone's trading budget, but just to say for what I've been trading with, this was going kind of back when I didn't have as much to work with, and I found it very challenging. But the thing I really wanted to talk about is the mindset behind how I did this. Now, we did have some crazy stuff happening on the channel where people were counter trading us while we were live. It is what it is. But the point is I think through this challenge, I've really been able to prove to you guys that it is simply a game of learning how to do it, getting the experience, utilizing proper risk management, and then using Market Cipher as your main tool, and you can win. Don't buy into this like 90% of traders lose. Yeah, it's because 90% come in, they put some money in one time, they lose it, and they never get it back. If you really dedicate yourself to studying and tackling this like it's a full-time job, you can make more money doing this than you could make probably any other way, especially in crypto. So let's go back and look at some of my trades here. And you guys will see we did a 0.11 trade, 0.14, 0.13. These are all in BTC prices. Down here, we had some bigger ones, basically almost a Bitcoin and a quarter between these two trades right here. But really, I want to show you guys early on, I was utilizing a different strategy. So if you look at the number of contracts that I was doing, I started with 42,000, which is a pretty small amount of contracts. And I got in at 47,235, and I got out at 49,643, and I made 0.04 BTC. I was using lower leverage and using a smaller amount of contract. Basically, a better way to say that is I was using a smaller allocation of my portfolio in each individual trade. I talked about many times how on Bybit, I actually run without a stop loss. I don't like to use a stop loss. And the reason is I like to have the wiggle room available in the margin in case I get in an injury point I feel good about. I don't want to get wicked out of my position. Now, obviously, you'll want to consider your portfolio and how much you can afford to lose in that. So when I started with $10,000 and the only way I could do this was to build the money up over time, I couldn't start over. I couldn't lose all the money because then I would lose. And what I want to do is make sure that I got to the end of this challenge by completing it. And so, you have to take your margin, and you guys can see by the end, I was using 34x leverage. In the beginning, I was using 5, 10 to 15x. I was never using, a super high amount because I didn't want to get wicked out and get liquidated. But it kind of looked just tracking how I did throughout time. And of course, you guys know we did all this live on, not executing trades live, but on the channel, you track this all throughout. So we started back on, we click the 30-day here. We started back on February 23rd. And the first day we did pretty good. We made 0.3, so we were feeling really good at that point. Then we went down, and then we went up. Then we rode it all the way up to 1.28 BTC before collapsing. We really got wrecked. We lost about a full Bitcoin in one day, and that was our biggest loss. But look, we rebounded. And the thing you have to know when you're trying to do something like this, you have to adapt. You have to change your strategy as you're going. You can't just in the beginning say, I'm going to use low leverage, and I'm going to use stop losses, and I'm going to use, very small contract sizes. Over time, that's going to take you forever to turn $10,000 into $100,000. But as you get more wiggle room in your portfolio, because look, guys, I lost $40,000 or I guess $50,000 in one day, and I came back and I got it right back. That shows you the power of leverage trading, and it's not something that is easy to do, but in using MarketCypher, it is something that's definitely possible. And so looking at TradingView right now, I'm going to show you some of the key indicators that I look at with MarketCypher. These are the main things that I'm watching. And we'll do more MarketCypher tutorials as we go on. When we see a blood diamond, that means get out of the market. That means we are about to fall down. And this is on the 1 hour chart. When we see on MarketCypher B down here, when we see green dots at the bottom, that means a huge move is coming. You guys can see what happened right after that one. When you look at the red dots on these momentum waves right here, you guys can see a lot of times it leads to downward action as it did right here. But right here on this one, as you can see, it didn't really drop that much. Those are some of the key ones I'm looking at. These green dots at the top, they're pretty strong bull indicators. But the strongest indicators to me are the blood diamonds and the yellow X's. The yellow X's mean manipulation. It's usually a push down and extension of whale manipulation. So these are the main indicators that I'm using, and I'm using these in combination with looking at these support and resistance lines. If I remove these drawings here, you'll see that these purple lines right here, this shows you where the natural resistance is. These, or the technical resistance might be a better way to say it, and these yellow lines show where the support is. Whenever you get blue lines, that kind of showing you about what the average price for that time period is. So definitely some things to watch there. When you use all of these together with Market Cipher, it will produce some favorable outcomes. Now, very soon, we're going to be coming out with a full series. We're coming out with an academy. We're going to have a full series on Market Cipher, show you guys exactly a little bit more in depth how to use it, because if I showed you everything I do, it would definitely be a super long video. But the point is, I did it. I turned $10,000 into $100,000. I almost did it twice. I went 10 to 80, and then I went back down to 9, and then I brought it back up to 110. So that shows you that it can be done with hard work and dedication. Just wanted to share that with you guys, share the mindset, tell you exactly what I did in terms of Market Cipher and how I use that to my advantage. Drop some comments down below if you want to know more, and also make sure to check out bitboycrypto.com/deals, and you guys can get access to Bybit and Market Cipher right here. All right, guys, that's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.